Welcome back to the DLJones show. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about Loki, the new Marvel Disney Plus series. I'm going to be getting in on episode 2. Just came out today. I'm going to give you my recap and my quick review of the episode, tell you what I think, and we're going to get right in on that right after the intro. Once again, it's me, DLJones. I'm the host of this particular episode. We're going to be talking about episode 2 of the Loki Disney Plus Marvel show. Make sure this is the first time you watched a video from my channel, make sure you subscribe. I do a lot of videos talking about all types of story-related topics, movies, TV shows, video games. Anything that has a story could potentially be a topic on this show. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click like. Also, later on in this episode, there's going to be some information that's going to tell you how you could win a $50 Amazon gift card. Make sure you watch till later on in the video so you can see that information. Maybe you can win that $50 gift card. I'll be picking 2 winners. But let's get right in on this episode. There will be spoilers. I don't go too deep into spoilers, but I do spoil the episode. Okay, so this episode starts out, it starts out where you got a team of the Time Variance Authority agents. They're investigating variant that's in an area, and you got a team that's just walking around kind of looking for clues. And right when they're about to, check, sitting their little bomb out to reset time, one of the agents mysteriously just stabs the other one and kills him, and then when he turns around, he looks and another agent stabs him and kills him. And it looks weird because it's like, why are the agents killing each other? But we quickly find out that those agents were actually under some kind of mind control. It looks like the Loki variant, which we still haven't seen what this Loki variant looks like. It looks like that Loki variant can touch people and take over their mind, take over their body, and that's what that variant did. Took over the agents and used the agents to kill each other. One agent he didn't kill, which was weird because he took that agent. It was supposed to be an agent. I think the agent's name was C20. Supposed to have been an agent that, this kind of thing wouldn't happen to this agent because this agent, I guess, is a highly skilled agent. But Loki knocks this agent out and pretty much drags the agent back through the time portal door that they came in on, left the other ones for dead and, took this agent with him through the door portal. Next, we have Loki and Mobius. They're talking to, they're sitting there trying to get permission to see if he can Mobius wants to be able to take Loki out on a mission, to go investigate what happened. The Minutemen, the agents that had just got killed in the previous scene. He convinces them to let him take Loki with him on a mission. So he goes to the mission. There's Mobius, Loki, and a couple of other agents, the Minutemen, and they're there. And while they're there, Loki kind of takes it upon himself to try to use some like manipulative conversation. I don't know what his goal was, but he starts trying to do a little bit of manipulation with them and kind of stalls them, keep them from leaving out of the facility, keep them from resetting everything with the little reset bombs that they use. For a little while, don't know why he's doing it, but he did it. After a while, they catch on that he's just stalling. They consider that whole mission a failure, and they just go back to the Time Variance Authority in their little world, their area, whatever, and they reset that area, they reset that time, causing all of the Minutemen who had died and their equipment and stuff that was on the floor all disappeared, with the reset. So after that, Mobius kind of get a little bit of a scolding because of the failed mission, and he gets to a point where he's like, Loki gets one more chance or he'll, reset him himself, Let me interrupt this story for a minute. I want to let you know about my Road to 300 giveaway. In this giveaway, you have the opportunity to win a $50 Amazon gift card. Now I will be selecting 2 winners. Now, this giveaway is not sponsored by YouTube. It is solely my contest. I take full responsibility for it, and it's easy to enter. It doesn't cost anything to enter. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel and leave a comment in the video answering the question that I will ask towards the end of the video. Now you can enter as many times as you want, and you can enter by following these rules on any video that I post that includes me explaining this contest, this video that you're watching right here. Now you can do that. This contest will be going on until I hit my goal of 300 subscribers. After that, I will be picking 2 winners, not 1, but 2 winners, and each one of those winners will get a $50 Amazon gift card. Now, for full contest details, check the subscription. But yeah, this is my Road to 300 contest giveaway where you can win a $50 Amazon gift card. I hope you enjoy. I wish you luck, and let's get back to the story. Loki doesn't hear this conversation, of course, but he goes out, he talks to Loki. He kind of gives Loki a warning. He puts Loki on a task to go through a lot of paperwork to try to find some hints or clues as to where the Loki variant that they're hunting is hiding, and he kind of gives Loki a kind of like a little bit of a threat, saying that, work on this as if your life depended on it, which he, in the previous scene, he had just told the authority that, if Loki fails again, he will reset him himself, which, of course, if he reset Loki, we all know what happens to Loki in the future. He pretty much gets killed by Thanos. During the research, Loki do find something. He noticed something in the time variance. He comes up with a theory on how the Loki variant that they cannot find, how he is able to elude them so far, and his thought is that he's hiding in catastrophes. He's hiding in parts of time where that timeline will end. One of those timelines is like Pompeii. When the volcano in Pompeii erupts, everybody gets killed, and then of course that timeline ends. And Loki figured that would be the perfect place to hide, because being that the timeline ends, he won't show up because there's nothing he can change, because that timeline will end, Of course, Mobius doesn't believe him, but Loki convinces him to go try it. So they go to Pompeii just before the volcano erupts, and they test to see if anything they do could make some kind of sensors show up on their scanners to let them know that something changed time, which of course nothing happened. Nothing changed time. And of course they found out Loki was correct. So now the goal was, now they kind of pretty much figured out that the Loki variant that they're chasing is hiding in one of those events where time in that timeline will end, and can't be detected. So now they got to try to figure out which event is he hiding in, in the first episode, one of the times where the Loki variant that they was chasing was spotted before, of course they didn't catch him at that time, but he did leave something behind, and it was a piece of candy, and that piece of candy was like only available during a certain time frame. So they just looked at all of those events, all of those time frame ending events that happened in that time frame, and they found one. It was a hurricane that wiped out a town, and they said, this is the only event in that time frame where that candy was created that he could go and hide, because that timeline ends because the hurricane comes and kills everybody in that town. So they figured, let's go there, look for him. He has to be there. So they gather a bunch of people. Loki ended up going with them, Mobius, and then several other of the Minutemen, the Time Variance Authority agents. They go there, which it ended up being a warehouse, like a grocery store, Walmart style warehouse, and there were a few people in there that were shopping, trying to prepare for the hurricane, but for the most part it was pretty empty. But they figured that would be the perfect place. There's plenty of food. Of course, it's an extinction event where the timeline is going to end, so he won't be detected on any of the Time Variance Authority's signatures, sensors. So they went there to check it out. So while they're at that place checking it out, looking for the variant, they kind of get split up. Loki left with one of the Minutemen, Mobius left with some other Minutemen. They kind of get split up looking for somebody who they think could potentially be the variant. Now at this time they know that the variant can make himself look like other people, and they come across this person and ask a few questions, and right away Loki knew that was the variant. So when they did that, the variant took control of the Minuteman that was paired off with Loki, and that person and Loki gets into a fight, which of course, after a while, that person kind of just wipes the floor with Loki. They fight for a few minutes, but that person kind of wins, kind of fights the floor with Loki. And then Loki kind of chases him around and notice that he has a lot of the bombs that reset time. That Loki variant has a lot of the bombs that they had stolen in all of the other attacks, set up in various places throughout the little warehouse facility that they're in. He don't know what he's going to use the bombs for, but they're there. And they're just the bombs that the Minutemen use after they investigate some kind of fault in the timeline. They put those bombs there, and what those bombs do is reset everything in that timeline back to before it happened, and it just basically fixes the timeline. So the Loki variant, you know, got those bombs. They're all wired together all throughout the whole facility. Nobody knows why he's doing it. But he goes and starts messing with a timer, trying to figure out, trying to set the bombs off, I guess. At that point, the Loki variant reveals himself, or should I say herself. There we have it. What everybody kind of known all along was the Loki variant that they were chasing is indeed Lady Loki. You know, so while she's talking to the real Loki, she's kind of trying to convince him to join her, and then he does a thing where he tries to convince her to join him. You know, he unveils his plan to overthrow the timekeepers and all of that kind of stuff, but she says she has no interest in overthrowing the timekeepers. I still don't know what it is she wants to do, but we find out that those bombs that she was setting up, they're actually not going to go off here. What she did was she ended up finding the location of the timekeepers from one of the variants, from the one she kidnapped in the very first beginning of the episode. And what those bombs, those reset bombs that she had stacked up all over the warehouse facility, what they were going to do is they were all going to get teleported to the location that he had for the timekeepers. Now, Loki tries to stop her. He can't do it. It's too late. And before you know it, all of those bombs went through the time variant, went through the little portals that he had all over the place, and they got teleported to the timekeepers, which I'm guessing that's where they were going. And at that point, back at the Time Variance Authority, all of the people started evacuating. They knew something was up. They got alerts. They got alarms. Everybody at the Time Variance Authority started evacuating. Then we get back to the warehouse where Loki and stuff is. Loki kind of sits around for a little while. The Lady Loki, she kind of escapes through another portal that was sitting there, just a door portal, and Loki was standing there. And at that time, that's when the rest of the Minutemen and Mobius comes running down the hallway. They're looking at Loki. He's standing in front of the portal. Loki looks back at them for a few minutes. They're yelling for him because they know what he's about to do, you know. But it's too late. He steps through the portal disappears, and that's the end of the episode. The episode ends. So yeah, so it looks like, you know, Loki kind of played ball, but it looks like he has his own kind of plan of what he wants to do, which from what I'm guessing, he's thinking that the answer, the power that he wants is to take over the timekeepers, is to overthrow the timekeepers, be in control of the timekeeper realm. That way he felt like that power, you know, as he kind of hinted in the first episode, he felt like that power was even more powerful than the Infinity Stones. You know, that's not what Lady Loki's looking for. I'm not sure what she's looking for. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's going to be lots of theories about what she wants to do. Or maybe she said it and I just didn't miss it. If she did say it, if she did give hints to it and I missed it, let me know in the comments below what you think she's looking for, you know. But yeah, Loki gets away, the episode ends, so I'm not sure what's going to happen next. I'm not sure if the rest of the season is going to be him chasing down Lady Loki or him just, you know, going through his own plans, traveling through different times and different eras and different histories and stuff like that, different timelines. But yeah, that's where we at right now. This episode was like the last episode. I liked it. This episode was a little bit better. It explained things a little bit more. The Loki fight, you know, he kind of got his butt kicked. I don't know what's up with Marvel and their TV shows, and they're making the hero or the protagonist of the show always getting their butt kicked every time they get in a fight. But that's what happened here too. But I'm really curious to see what's going to happen next. I would say so far, I like this episode. It was pretty good. I think it kind of extended my excitement for the first episode a little bit further. I liked it a little bit more than the first episode, which I really did like the first episode. But yeah, so far, I'm liking this series. I'm curious to see what's going to happen next. So make sure you click subscribe, click like. I'm going to be doing these every week. I'm also doing a short version, an under 1 minute version of my recaps with little quick, you know, synopsis of what happened in the episode. So stay tuned for those too if you like watching shorter form videos. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.